Elias, take a bow. Because man, oh man, has Pettersson put his foot down and said, hey, I am the guy. I'm the number one point scorer in this league. Nikita Kucherov, you can bugger off. And hopefully Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks are able to do their part, because Nikita Kucherov today in the Lightning versus Blackhawks game has 1 point. His point total on the year is 24. The Lightning are down 5-2 in this game with about 5 minutes left in the third. So let's hope that the Tampa Bay Lightning don't score any more goals and that Nikita Kucherov doesn't get on the board. Meanwhile, other games in the NHL. The New York Rangers, they're up 4-1 against the Minnesota Wild. Artem Panarin has 2 points in this game. 1 minute left in the third period. Now, Panarin is up to 22 points on the season with this 2-point showcase today. Nikita Kucherov is up to 23 points with his 1 point against Chicago. Elias Pettersson came into tonight with 21 points on the season, and he gets 3 against Ottawa. So he is up to 24 at the time of me recording this audio. Pettersson is 1 with 24 points. Nikita Kucherov is 2 with 23. Artemi Panarin is 3rd with 22. Quinn Hughes, unfortunately, had only 1 point tonight. JT Miller had 2, but he is not in the top 3. It's Petey, Kucherov, Panarin, these Swedes and Russians going out there and dominating. And then you've got Quinn Hughes, who is a measly 4th overall in the NHL in points. How disappointing, right? But the Vancouver Canucks play off against the Ottawa Senators, who have a back-to-back game situation on their hands. They played the Toronto Maple Leafs yesterday, and they won. They won pretty handily, too. The Maple Leafs just kind of crumbled away, especially towards the end there in yesterday's Toronto stomping. But Ottawa, second half of a back-to-back, the Canucks are starting out their Eastern road trip, and I'm going to be honest, even though the Canucks won this game 5-2, they did not look like the better team. You could very well say they got outplayed. And the shots on goal will go out there and dictate that. The Ottawa Senators had 30 shots in this game to the Vancouver Canucks 16, yet the Canucks won 5-2. This was especially much a problem in the first period, because even though the Canucks got themselves the early 2-0 lead, Ottawa controlled most of that first, and then for the second, the same thing happened. Ottawa had control. They had opportunities. It's just Casey DeSmith, Vancouver Canucks backup goaltender, was pretty gosh darn good. I'll admit he was getting kinda bailed when Brady Tkachuk misses a wide open net in front. He passes the puck right through the crease instead of putting it in the back of the net. When you have posts consistently hit by some of these top tier Ottawa forwards, sure, the Canucks got kinda lucky, but you know, you gotta be good to be lucky, gotta be lucky to be good. That's kinda how the saying goes, is it not? So what I liked about this game was that even though the Vancouver Canucks really did not play their best, they still squeak out with a 5-2 win. They squeak out with Elias Pettersson getting 3 points on the night, Miller with a goal and an assist, Quinn Hughes with an assist, Brock Boeser with another goal, Ilya Mikheyev with 2 goals, Andrei Kuzmenko with an assist, and multiple blocks. Like, I've been talking about my fantasy league the entire year. By the way, this game was amazing for me. I have Carson Soucy on my team, too. That guy got a bunch of blocks in this game as well. Andrei Kuzmenko is starting to block shots. Who would have thought? This is the old Tortorella-Sedin method right here. And it's working. It's giving me points, which is very selfish for me to go out there and say. But at the same time, let's go over this game right here, talk about the goals that happened. And I got to do this in quite a hurry because I do have ball hockey to get to in about half an hour or so. But the Canucks get this game started in Ottawa very quickly. They start out with a really good rush. Brock Boeser has a beautiful shot on goal that is saved by the glove of Anton Forsberg, but the play keeps on going. The Canucks pounce with more and more shots. In the first minute, the shots are 4-0 Vancouver. And then the referees stop the play because Brock Boeser, on the first shot of the game, 15 seconds in, actually scored. Anton Forsberg made the save with the glove, yes, but his glove was over the line and inside the net. Forsberg, when he stretched out his arm to grab the puck in midair, kind of put his glove upon the post and into the mesh. He made contact with it, and because of the video review, they looked it over. Toronto got involved, and guess what? Brock Boeser gets his 11th goal on the season, 15 seconds in, assisted by Phil DiGiuseppe and Filip Hronek. Fantastic start for the Vancouver Canucks. They got out swinging, and that continued into the next few minutes of play after Tim Stützle tries to break the puck out of his own zone. He has a bad turnover forced on there by Andrei Kuzmenko, who steals the puck. Kuzmenko goes over to Petey to Mikheyev, who's right in front all alone. He makes a nice move on Forsberg, and he is able to snipe it right by. It's 2-0 Vancouver, 3 minutes in. We're all sitting here excited because the Canucks have gotten off to a great start, and then that great start quickly turns into a clinic for the Sens, because they start getting shot after shot after shot. Offensive zone pressure, lots of possession. Casey DeSmith is making a bunch of saves, but eventually it's Drake Batherson who scores an unassisted goal at the end of the first period. It's Ian Cole who's trying to break the puck out of the zone and chip it up the boards, but he fans on his clearing attempt. It's picked off by Batherson, who comes right in on DeSmith. He holds it far on the forehand as he's cutting across through the middle and gets it right over DeSmith's glove and pad. So 2-1 is the score at the end of the first period. At this point, the expected goals and everything, if you look at all the charts, the Ottawa Senators should be winning, but they're not. It's a 2-1 Vancouver lead, even though the shots on goal were 11-3 for Ottawa in the first. So there you go, 2 goals and 3 shots for Anton Forsberg. The pattern continues into the second, though, as Artem Zub ends up getting the first goal halfway through that second period. It's a long slap shot that goes in off of Elias Pettersson. It's a really bad play. Very unfortunate play there for Petey. The shot just looked kind of harmless, and it goes off of Petey's leg and over the glove of DeSmith. You could see Pettersson look sky high immediately after that one was in. But the Vancouver Canucks don't really have much quit in them. Sure, they lose the battle of possession, zone time, and shots for the majority of this game, but all it takes is one fumbled chance where Brady Tkachuk does not put the puck into an open net for the Canucks to strike back. The Canucks then come back with their own forecheck. It's Phil DiGiuseppe in the offensive zone who drops it off for JT Miller, and JT absolutely loads up and fires right off the crossbar, bar down, in the back of the net. It is 3-2. Unfortunately for the Sens, though, they could not really recuperate any more momentum heading into the third period. The third period, I'm going to be honest, was really just kind of meh. Lots of back-and-forth hockey. Sure, the Sens had way more shots in this one than the Canucks did, but I didn't really feel too much of a danger looming with how the Sens were getting their offense. You could tell this team was definitely kind of beat up by how a lot of these Vancouver goals were going in. Especially that Miller one, man. What a morale killer. But the third is filled with more Canucks glory, as at the halfway mark of the period, it's Elias Pettersson who takes a long drive at the point, and it goes in off of the skate of Ilya Mikheyev. This is one of those plays where Mikheyev kind of outstretches his leg to get a better angle on the deflection, and it bounces in off his skate. This kind of looked like one of those that you could contend for kicking motion, but really no, there was no kicking motion present. Mikheyev stuck his leg outwards, so not really kicking it towards the net, but it does deflect off of him. Assists go to Pettersson and Kuzmenko, so there you go. There's Kuzi for me, getting some more points. And then, with about 7 minutes to go, the Senators take a penalty. It's Jacob Chychrun who high sticks Connor Garland, but it's not really a high stick. He actually stick lifts Connor Garland's own stick, and the force from Garland's stick comes up, which leads to Garland high sticking himself in a way. Chychrun gets the penalty. He's arguing with the referees. He is in the box, and immediately off the faceoff, Miller wins it back to Hughes, pass to Petey, one-timer, and he scores. It is 5-2. Pettersson with a power play goal. Hughes and Miller with the assist. Chychrun looks even more pissed off, and that's the result of the game. Sure, I'm going to say it, Anton Forsberg didn't have himself a night. He had 11 saves on 16 shots against. That's a .688 save percentage. Casey DeSmith, on the other hand, 28 saves on 30 shots, a .933 save percentage on the night. Very good performance from him. The Canucks ultimately take this one 5-2, and Petey is... Okay, let's go ahead and do this live. So at the time of me recording this audio, the Lightning, they scored another goal, but no Kucherov point. There you go. So Petey is still number 1. Panarin, okay, there you go. He ends off the game against Minnesota with only 2 points, so his number is at 22. Pettersson with the 3 points marker is still at number 1 with 24 points. Let's hope the Blackhawks can hold off Kucherov for one more minute. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks beating the Sens despite not playing all too greatly. And Pettersson boosting himself up to number 1 once again. Quinn Hughes gets a point, good for him. Miller, Kuzi, all these guys getting on the score sheet. Mikheyev looks great. Phil DiGiuseppe looked great too. 2 primary assists for him. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99. And bye.